Hate to say it, but we're sandwiched all right. Quick, in that cabin!
What do you get when you take the cabin defense scene from Resident Evil 4 and combine that with the Namco arcade classic Mappy inside the machine from The Fly? Okay, what do you get if you combine those things, but you somehow mess about with the settings in such a way where it doesn't come out all fucked up? That's right, you get Night of the Living Dead on VHS. Wait, I meant you get Evil Dead 2 Collector's Edition on DVD. What is it we're getting when we mix these things again? Living Dead House, developed by Deprecated Games, published by Flynn's Arcade. This copy of the game was given to me for free. Also, I'm a super fan of Flynn's Arcade, so do with that information what you want. This game will blow your fucking dick off. Obviously in like a super cool, chill kind of way though. The gameplay is kind of like Mappy, but in the theme of the cabin defense scene from Resident Evil 4. There are 4 screens or frames to play on, keeping the gameplay in line with the traditional arcade format such as the original Donkey Kong. The game loops round, so the first level is 1-1, and then 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, and then when you complete 1-4, you loop round, so it's 2-1, 2-2, and so forth. As the game goes on, it racks up the intensity. I'm still trying to figure out the best strategy with the optimum use of the weapons, movement through the levels, and the use of environmental weapons too. The idea is to rack up as high a score as possible. The mixture of simplicity, complexity, difficulty, speed, and all other variables are perfectly balanced in a way which gives a one more go kind of gameplay. I very, very rarely get this sensation with games, and it only comes about when the balance is just right. Historically, games which have done this for me in the past are usually twin-stick shooters, such as Crimson Land or Geometry Wars. There's a survival mode, which is perfect for practicing your craft to boost your ability in the arcade mode. The abilities of the character are very limited, which is what you want in games like these. If you had Smash Bros levels of abilities, this game would be too easy and boring. The gameplay here comes from the limitations. You climb ladders and can jump, but not over enemies. The settings menu includes turning the CRT effect on or off. I use the CRT effect on this game as it has been done very well, but I often leave it off in a lot of games. There's a black and white mode, but I've not properly tried this out. I think it's cool that it's there as a fun novelty rather than any kind of enhancement. The review score for Living Dead House. The thing is, I'm not really a massive fan of traditional scoring systems, but if I was to use one, it'd be something like a 4 out of 5 stars or 8 or 9 out of 10. When it comes down to a review score of a game, it really just boils down to one question for me, and that is, does this game deliver what it set out to do? And in the case of Living Dead House, it absolutely smashes that. Living Dead House sets out to be a traditional arcade game, and it absolutely delivers on that. If you were to add more to this, it would just be bloat, it would just be nonsense. Living Dead House lives up to the standards of everything in my opinion, from Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Mappy, Burger Time, you name it. Realistically, I can see someone playing this game 3 or 4 nights a week, every week for a month or two, clocking in easily 10, 20 hours, and then maybe picking it back up every few months, or maybe a couple of times a year, or maybe even every few years. This game has got replay value coming out the wazoo. But to be fair, that is the nature of this genre. I'm obviously very biased because I'm very keen on this style of genre, this style of gameplay, so this really does meet my needs very well. The level of polish here is unbelievable. You can tell that it's been play tested to death, pun fully intended, from the movement and limitations of the character, from all the items with their strengths and abilities and weaknesses, and just how refined the levels are, and the music as well, and the sounds, just everything just comes together. I play a lot of games, like a ridiculous amount of games, and I come across games far too often where they're just almost hit the mark and it just feels like they weren't play tested enough. That's not this. This thing has honestly been so thoroughly play tested and so thoroughly thought through, and it comes across very well. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I hope you pick up Living Dead House, and if you do, let me know your high score, let me know your strategy. I'm going to run you through my strategy very briefly, but it's early days yet. I try to optimize the bear trap and I put that underneath doors and windows, so as soon as that becomes available I try and get that down. I try and then optimize things like the shotgun, as it does have more advantages over the axe, it being long range. I try to save the flamethrower for the loose heads and the loose legs, because getting them with the axe and the shotgun is very difficult difficult. I try to use the boarding up of the windows and the chainsaw very strategically, and depending on the level as well, I'm constantly just trying to use the environmental weapons, such as in level 1 the electricity. My whole gameplay is really just looped around trying to guide the horde into the electricity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.